Annalise Gordon, Board President of Sea Glass Theater Company. We're proud to continue our Spotlight series at Sea Glass with a program that we're presenting in August called Lure of the Sea. Today, I present Omar Rodriguez, a returning performer who we're happy to have join us in the cast of Lure of the Sea. So tell me a little bit about where you grew up and how you first experienced music, how it grabbed your heart.
Yeah, so I grew up in Watsonville, California, a small agricultural town. It's actually the strawberry capital of the world. Woohoo! And my first introduction to music would probably have to be with mariachi music. My parents are both huge mariachi fans, and my mom's side of the family is from the state of Jalisco in Mexico, which is where mariachi was invented. And so pretty much for any party, whether it's a quinceañera, a birthday party, weddings, funerals, President's Day, it's not a real party unless there's a live mariachi with my family. And so I feel like I had a very consistent exposure to music growing up, although I don't think that I was really aware of how lucky I was until more recently. But I would say that was sort of the beginning for me.
So you performed with them when you were little? When did you start? Did you start that when you were young?
No, actually, I was not musically inclined at all as a kid. I loved the music and I loved listening to it, but actually, when I didn't start singing until community college, but since then I've sung with mariachis. Just at parties, now that people know I'm a singer, they're always asking me to sing. So I have like my little set list of songs, of mariachi songs that I keep adding to, and it's wonderful to perform with them.
College, did you get the bug? Was it in a choir or was it performing on stage? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, in community college, I didn't know what I wanted to study, and so I started out taking just all the general eds that everyone has to take, and I decided to take a beginning voice class because in high school, 2 years prior, I started a heavy metal band where I played guitar. I had taught myself how to play guitar, and the hardest thing was always to find a singer and to find one that would stick around. And so I just thought, I had to take an elective, so might as well just see if I can learn how to sing. So I took a beginning voice class, which is sort of like one of those ones where it's like a big class and everyone takes turns and you watch other people get coached and you get coached. And I actually couldn't match pitch when I first started. And I was like, oh my God, this is so hard. Why am I so bad at this? But it also awakened something in me that I just like, I wanted to get better at it. And I'd never felt that like that desire to try and go for this thing as much as I did for singing, which surprised me. But I think eventually I realized that this is, I think, the thing that I want to study and that I want to spend my life doing.
So you spent most of your earlier youth, because you're still young, your earlier youth in California. What brought you to the East Coast and to Boston?
After I did my undergrad at Cal State Fullerton in Southern California, my voice teacher there, Dr. Mark Goodrich, he at one point was the chair of the voice department at Boston University. So when it came time to look at schools, he recommended that I apply. And after my first visit here at BU, which is where I'm currently finishing up my master's degree, I just fell in love and I knew it was the right place. My partner, Jessica, is also a singer. She's a soprano, and she also was in undergrad with me. We're actually from the same hometown, but she felt the same way about BU, and it was just meant to be. And now we're here, and we love everything about the East Coast, how it's so different from the West Coast, and it's just been a wonderful time so far.
Hello, Omar. It's so great to see you again.
Hi, Elise. It's great to see you too. It's so nice to see you. I've been looking forward to this.
As have we. So fill me in. What have you been doing since February?
Yeah, well, since February, I just graduated from Boston University with my master's. So that's been a really big highlight. Also, the program of music from World War One that was done here at BU that I was a part of with all my friends in the grad program, that was just released on YouTube. So that was another highlight of getting to see that, from an audience point of view. And also just enjoying Boston before heading back to California. It's been really nice to sort of have a break after school's been over to go to the park and hang out with friends and eat great food.
Yeah.
I'm homesick for my hills again, my hills again. To see above the Severn plain, unscabbarded against the sky, the blue-high blade of Cotswold lie. The giant clouds roll royally by jagged Malvern with a train of shadows. Where the land is low, like a huge imprisoning I hear the heart that sound and I hear the heart within me cry, I'm homesick for my hills again, my hills again, Cotswold o Malvern, son or rain. My hills again.
Are you moving back to California, I understand?
Yes, yes. I'll be moving back for a bit for the rest of this year to help my family on the farm, keep taking voice lessons and things like that. But also one positive thing that's happened from this year has been that a lot of auditions have become virtual and they're staying that way. So that's kind of
Oh,
a nice change that allows people to sort of live wherever they want and audition from anywhere. So that's been a nice thing.
that sounds like the new normal, doesn't it? But let's hope it doesn't apply to live performance.
Oh,
Let's hope,
definitely.
let's hope people come.
Oh yeah, totally. I think people will. I think a lot of people that I've been talking to have been just wanting so badly to go to a live concert again, hear live
Yeah.
music again. So
Yeah.
I think so. I think that'll be great.
Well, we're excited for Lure of the Sea, and we're interested in hearing from you a little bit about how that program in particular speaks to you as an artist and performer.
Yeah, well, I grew up in the Monterey Bay area in California, which is a protected marine area, and the Monterey Bay Aquarium is there, which is really well known, and I used to go there all the time as a kid for field trips. I feel really lucky that I was able to always have the sea near me. So the ocean themes of this music are something that feels very nostalgic to me, and just very, very familiar and heartwarming for me. It reminds me of home a lot, which is which is really nice. And the selections from Marina also speak to me because they're in Spanish, and I hardly ever get to sing in my first language in the classical music world. Singing from a zarzuela is also something that's been on my bucket list. So I'm excited to get to check that off the bucket list as well. I'm very looking forward to the Marina selections in this performance.
It's going to be magnificent. So I heard rumors that you cut a CD with your rock band.
Yeah. Yes, I did. Well, it's in the works still. That's something that my good friend Ian and I have been working on during this pandemic. It's an idea that we had back in community college when I was first starting out singing, and we were both, the metal music is both of our first loves, and we met as classical choral singers, but we'd always talked about this metal album. And after, I guess, like 7 years of talking about it during this pandemic, we were like, well, we have time, so let's so let's do it. So yeah, we're really looking forward to it, to releasing it, and the tracks are almost finished being mastered. So hopefully very soon.
Okay, a little promotion now. What's the band's name? And
the band's name is Dusk Meridian, and Ian is from Canada. The band members are from all over the United States, all over the world, I think.
oh, that's
So
awesome.
yeah, it's been a really fun collaboration to be part of Dusk Meridian. Yes.
Wonderful.
Non, 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 je ne te délivre pas cette nuit. Tu es ma prisonnière cette nuit, toute la nuit, toute la nuit. Je les noue aux branches du saule. Tu ne t'ennuieras plus, tu ne t'ennuieras plus. Regarde, regarde, j'embrasse tes cheveux. Je ne souffre plus au milieu de tes cheveux. Tu entends mes baisers le long de tes cheveux. Ils montent le long de tes cheveux. Il faut que chacun t'en apporte. Tu vois, je puis ouvrir les mains. J'ai les mains libres et tu ne peux plus m'abandonner.
Do you have a side hustle? Is there something that you do on the side when you're not studying and whatnot?
Yeah, I do administrative duties for my parents' farm, Rodriguez Farms, and I've recently taken over their social media as well. Rodriguez Farms, it started when I was born, actually. So it's funny because Rodriguez Farms is as old as I am. But my parents met, they were both strawberry pickers, and so they met in a strawberry farm, and eventually they decided to start their own farm. They started out with, I think, like 5 acres, and now they have over 120. So it's just been, I think the main thing that I've learned from the farm has just been perseverance. My family overcame a lot of adversity, not just financial constraints, but like my dad's language barrier. He didn't speak English and taught himself how to speak English and took classes. And there were a lot of ups and downs throughout the course of how long Rodriguez Farms has been around, and it's brought the family closer together, of course. And I just am always, I get so inspired when I think about my parents and their story. And also I have such a huge admiration and respect for the people that pick the berries and put food on our tables every day. I mean, I did it growing up a bit, and I went to go sell berries, and it is just backbreaking labor. And these wonderful people, they do it for so many years, and they're also just some of the most wonderful people that I've met. So it's just a constant reminder for me to be grateful for what I have, but also to persevere and to not give up when things get tough.
So now something that I noticed on your resume was your involvement in the Latinx Artist Society in Opera. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me a little bit about that and what it encompasses? Definitely,
yeah. So we're a relatively new group, and we're a small team that I feel so lucky to be a part of. So our mission is to actively decolonize the classical vocal field and foster an inclusive Latinx singing community, and also raise awareness to social justice issues and things that pertain to being a Latinx artist. Some things that we've been doing are artist spotlights, which is where we feature on our page Latinx singers, usually singing music by Latinx composers. We also have a segment called Conoce the Composer, Get to Know the Composer, where we do, again, a feature and a bio of Latinx composers, many of whom aren't really well known in the classical music canon, but are just so wonderful. Some other things that we've done on the social justice end is we work together with the Black Opera Alliance and Latina Women in Opera groups to write an open letter denouncing the predatory audition fees and competition fees that certain companies are doing, that of course affect all singers, all young singers starting out, but really affect people of color just because of the way that wealth and generational wealth are distributed in our country and in our time. So we have a lot of different projects that we're involved in, and we're still starting out, and we have a lot of things in the works now, but the team is just so wonderful and amazing. We're all from different parts of the world, and again, I just feel so, I could talk about it all day, but I'll end with saying that I feel so lucky to be a part of this team, and just so lucky to be a part of all this work that we're doing.
Jovial cazador pasa, persigue feroz presa y tenme compasión. Yo vivo en esa casa, yo soy un buen gorrión. Faltanme las plumas del feliz jilguero, cuyos colorines miro placentero, y la voz canora del ruiseñor, y de las golondrinas las alas que de enero nos cruzan con ellas el mar sin temor. De par de esta peña voy siempre vestido con pobre sayal, mis penas y dichas forjeo en el nido, así ahuyendo el mal. Jovial cazador pasa, persigue feroz presa y ten tenme compasión. Yo vivo en esa casa, yo soy un buen gorrión. Las águilas viven en cumbres rocosas, junto a precipicios que parecen fosas, el pardillo en selvas de áspero breñal, las tórtolas en ramas desnudas y rugosas, el grano entre ruinas de casa feudal. Los hombres respetan a aquellos con trigo que albergue me dio, y así mi familia en ese cobijo la paz encontró. Jovial cazador pasa, persigue feroz presa y tenme compasión. Yo vivo en esa casa, yo soy un buen gorrión. Arrebata el tordo la fruta en el huerto, otras aves ciegan el trigo cubierto, destruyen cultivos con saña tenaz, profanan las lechuzas, el templo ya desierto, incluye las reses, el cóndor voraz, el barboso corro de algunas migajas, que soy mi sostén. El grano en la era perdido entre pocas le como también.
So tell me how you're doing with your organization, the Latinx organization. Has that taken off? Are you attracting more people? How's that going?
Yeah, I think it's steadily going along. I think that it's been nice being part of a group that can act as sort of a platform and just and a bigger voice to be able to reach more people, not only with the content that we've been creating, but with announcements, content, and sort of points of discussion that have been brought up by other groups and that are happening in the classical music field, as well as just the world in general. So it's, I think that Latinx Artist Society has been going really well, and we're just really lucky. We feel really lucky to be able to be a voice in change and to be able to see maybe slowly the effects of what we've been working on take place with a lot of artists that we featured in our artist spotlights, being competition winners now, and just being able to also be like sort of like cheerleaders for them too. You know, that's also a fun part, in addition to some of the more serious things that we get into as far as the social commentary stuff.
How's your family? Is everybody good?
Everybody's great. They're doing great. They're excited to hopefully watch this performance and in a recording, and I'm excited to see them. And yeah, I'm just so excited to see them, but sort of for one of my last things to do in Boston for now. Who knows? I might come back. For the last performance to be this concert that features music in Spanish, and I'm looking forward to performing with this cast of amazing Latinx artists as my first performance, public performance in over a year. So it's just like, wow, what a send-off. And yeah.
Well, we're thrilled that you're going to be here to do it with us, because you've been such a cornerstone with us at Seaglass and at BU. You're a beautiful performer.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, now you must be packing. Are you getting ready to go to Middlebury?
Yes, actually. Yeah. I have some boxes back here.
There you go.
Yeah, going to Middlebury. It's a language immersion program for German. So I'll be spending the 7 weeks there, speaking nothing but German, and hopefully I'll come out on the other side with some level of fluency. We'll see, hopefully. But
I love it.
I know it'll be fun.
Just don't be
regardless.
singing the Lure of the Sea stuff with a German accent.
You got it.